The root problem of your issue with sales is the story you're telling yourself about sales. The fear of being seen as that person, the one who's always trying to sell something, is real and valid. But here's the thing. There's a world of difference between authentic, value-driven selling and aggressive, pushy tactics. Welcome to How to Quit Your Job, a mom's guide to creating a life and business you love. It's a podcast that helps working moms just like you optimize your time, manage your mind, and start a business that helps you create more freedom, flexibility, and yes, fun. I'm business and mindset coach Jenna Reichel, and I offer practical tips to help you ditch the 9-to-5. I've been exactly where you are, and I know what it takes to make the transition without trading one form of burnout for another. So let's get started. Hello, ambitious mamas. How is everyone doing today? Like, really doing. I'm getting closer and closer to birthing a human, which comes with a lot of baggage. But today I'm feeling energized to talk about something I lived for over a decade, and it's something I've learned to love, and I want to help you love it too. It's a topic that makes so many new mom entrepreneurs squirm, and it's a little thing known as selling. Just hearing that word probably makes your stomach do a little flip, but I want you to stick with me because by the end of this episode, you're going to see selling in a whole new light, which is really all it takes to not only be better at it, but to find a way to love it, because you can't have a business without at least a little bit of sales. And that's the honest truth. How many times have you hesitated to promote your business because you're worried about coming across as too pushy or salesy? How often have you downplayed your amazing products or services because you didn't want to make people uncomfortable? And I get it. I've been there too. But the truth is, if you want to build a thriving business that allows you to quit your soul-sucking corporate job and create a life you've always dreamed of, you need to make peace with selling. In this episode, I'm going to truly sell you on the idea that sales is not only a superpower for you, it's also your duty, because selling is actually one of the most powerful ways you can serve your clients and make a real difference in the world. And I really mean that. So we'll talk all about why selling is your duty, how to overcome that feeling that you're coming off as too salesy. And I'm going to give you some practical tips for you to go into that next sales conversation you're going to have feeling truly confident and magnetic. Okay? The root problem of your issue with sales is the story you're telling yourself about sales. Our brains are incredibly powerful, and they love to create narratives to make sense of the world. Unfortunately, many of us have internalized some pretty negative stories about selling. Maybe you believe that sales is sleazy, or nice people don't push their products on others. Perhaps you've convinced yourself that I'm just not a salesperson, or I'm not good at sales, or people will be annoyed if I try to sell to them. These stories might feel true, but here's the thing. They're just that. They're just stories. Okay, they're not facts, and they're certainly not serving you or your business. So today, we're going to rewrite that sales story for you. I want you to take a moment and picture the stereotypical sleazy salesperson in your mind. You know the one. They're loud, pushy, more concerned with their commission than actually helping anyone. And now I want you to completely erase it from your mind, because that is not what true selling is about. At least not the selling we're going to be doing. There are certainly people out there who use manipulative or dishonest sales tactics, but you are not one of them. And neither is any mom entrepreneur I've ever worked with or come across. We are not in the business of tricking people into buying things that they don't need. We're in the business of solving problems and making lives better. So I want to start out by giving you a new story about sales, one that empowers you and aligns with your values. It can go a little something like this. Selling is how I connect people with solutions that will genuinely improve their lives. When I share my products or services, I'm offering value and helping others. I'm confident in what I offer because I know it can make a positive difference. Every sales conversation is an opportunity to understand someone's needs and see if I can help. Whether someone buys or not, I always aim to leave them better off than when we started talking. How does that feel? Pretty different from the old narrative, right? Sales is simply the art of inspiring people to take action when you know they would benefit from what you're offering. It's about connecting people with solutions that will genuinely improve their lives. When you look at it that way, selling isn't just necessary, it's your superpower for creating positive change in the world. So think about it this way. I want you to imagine you've discovered an amazing new productivity app that has completely transformed your work-life balance. You're getting more done in less time, your stress levels are down, and you finally have energy left over to play with your kids at the end of the day. Now, picture your best friend complaining about how overwhelmed and burnt out she is. Would you hesitate to tell her about this app? Of course not. You'd be practically shouting from the rooftops about how it could help her. That, my friend, is the essence of authentic selling. It's not about tricking people or pushing them into something they don't need. It's about genuinely believing what you offer and having the courage to share it with those who need it. So your first step in embracing sales is to shift your mindset. Instead of thinking, oh no, I have to sell, try thinking, I get to connect people with solutions that will make their lives better. You feel the difference there? That's the power of reframing. And it's going to be your secret weapon in overcoming your sales hesitation. Now that we've redefined what sales really means, let's talk about why it's not just okay to sell, it's actually your ethical duty as a business owner. This might sound a little strange at first, but bear with me. Remember when we talked about the productivity app? Well, let's kick it up a notch. Imagine you've discovered the cure for cancer. I know it's a big leap, but stay with me. We've got this miraculous treatment that could save millions of lives. Would you keep it to yourself because you're afraid of being too pushy? Would you only whisper about it to a few select people, worried that you might come across as salesy if you tried to get it into every hospital? Of course not. Again, you'd be shouting it from the rooftops. You'd be knocking on every door, calling every news outlet, doing everything in your power to get this life-saving treatment to the people who need it. And if someone didn't understand the value at first, you wouldn't give up. You'd try different approaches, find new ways to explain the benefits. You would do whatever it took to help them see how it could change their life. And in this case, save their life. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but I'm not curing cancer. I'm just offering coaching services or selling handmade jewelry or teaching online courses. And you're right. Most of us aren't dealing in life or death situations. But that doesn't mean what you're offering isn't incredibly valuable and life-changing in its own way. Let me give you a personal example. When I talk to potential clients about my coaching services, I know with 100% certainty that working with me will positively impact their lives. I've experienced the transformative power of coaching myself, and I've seen it work wonders for countless other moms. I know that having a dedicated thought partner and guide can help anyone build a business faster, with more confidence and a lot more fun along the way. So when I'm in a sales conversation, I don't see it as selling in the traditional sense. I see it as my absolute duty to show that person what's possible for them, to paint a vivid picture of how their life could change if they take this step. Because if I hold back out of fear of being pushy, I'm actually doing them a disservice. I'm denying them the opportunity to transform their lives and achieve their dreams. And here's a little secret. This mindset doesn't just make selling easier, it makes it more effective. When you truly believe in what you're offering and you see it as your mission to help others, that authenticity and passion shines through. People can feel it, and they're naturally drawn to it. So I want you to take a moment right now and really think about the value you provide or the value you're going to provide. What problems do you solve? How do you make people's lives better? Get clear on that and let it fuel your confidence when you're in sales conversations. Because remember, every time you hold back from sharing your gifts with the world, you're denying someone the solution they've been searching for. All right, I can almost hear some of you thinking, That all sounds great in theory, but I still don't want to come across as pushy or aggressive. And I totally get it. The fear of being seen as that person, the one who's always trying to sell something, is real and valid. But here's the thing. There's a world of difference between authentic, value-driven selling and aggressive, pushy tactics. Pushy selling is all about the salesperson. It's about hitting quotas, making commissions, and often involves pressuring people into buying things they don't really need or want. It's the used car salesman stereotype that we all know. Authentic selling, on the other hand, is all about the customer. It's about deeply understanding their needs, desires, and pain points, and then offering a genuine solution. It's about building relationships, providing value, and truly caring about the outcome for the person you're talking to. Okay, so here's some practical tips and mindset shifts that I want you to soak in. Hey moms, just jumping in real quick. If what I'm sharing resonates with you and you're ready to make real changes in your life, I'd love to support you. Through my one-on-one coaching program, I help moms just like you create the strategy and accountability needed to build a business and life you love. Ready to explore what's possible? The link to apply for a free strategy session is in the show notes. And if you're not quite ready for coaching, please join our free Mom Entrepreneur Circle, a community of moms who get it. All the links are waiting for you in the show notes. Go to jenna.coach/episode number to check it out. Now, let's get back to today's episode. There are two really important mindset shifts that we have to talk about in order for you to go into those conversations feeling confident and magnetic rather than pushy or aggressive. The first is to keep in mind that the person on the other end of the conversation is completely whole and worthy as they are right now in this moment without whatever you're offering. Yes, you may have a solution that you know will improve their life tenfold in all the ways, but they are still whole and worthy just as they are today in whatever conversation you're having. It's okay to see the potential for more of whatever they want out of life. Maybe it's more time, more energy, more sleep, less discomfort, more style, right? And at the same time, speak to that person in a way that reminds them that they can do this thing called life with or without you and your product or service. This is so important because we can often go into those sales conversations with a certain attitude that leads to shaming or driving people to action from fear instead of inspiration. We don't want people to leave a sales conversation feeling bad about themselves. We want to lift them up, always. The beauty with this shift is that it also takes some of the pressure off of you. You don't have to fix anybody. Nobody is broken. It's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to inspire people to believe in themselves enough, whether it be believing in their capability or worthiness so that they invest in themselves. Again, if and only if your product or service is a good fit for them. The second thing you need to be more magnetic in those sales conversations is to not need the sale. This one is really tough because it often feels like so much is riding on the person saying yes or no. It's the difference between making money to keep your business afloat so you can work on your own terms and needing to go back to corporate. But here's the thing, you have to manage your mind and put those stories to the side when you're in a conversation with a potential client. It's no longer about what a yes will do to your bottom line. It's solely about how you can potentially help that person. This is also why I think it's so important to build a financial runway and a plan so that, especially in early sales conversations, you're not feeling that do or die financial pressure. I highly recommend going back and listening to episode 9 for more insights on building that financial runway and taking some of the pressure off of those early sales conversations. So when you go into a conversation and somewhere below the surface, you're feeling a bit desperate because you haven't made a sale in a couple months, or this is the first sales conversation you've had in a few weeks and you have no more scheduled and you're worried that no more will come, that energy will 100% come through on the call. And you will absolutely say things and do things that make the other person feel pressured and like you're salesy. 100%. The thing that you're trying to avoid will come to fruition. So work on shifting your internal stories, not only the ones you have around sales in general, but also the ones you have that may foster judgment for your potential client and the story around what you need in order to be worthy and successful yourself, right? As a business owner. When you shift your internal story about sales, the wholeness of your customer, and really the wholeness of you and what you need, your external actions naturally follow suit. You'll find yourself approaching those conversations with more confidence, more authenticity, and genuine enthusiasm. And trust me, your potential customers will feel the difference. I also want to share a few practical tips to help you sell authentically. Okay. Number one, focus on asking questions and listening more than talking. The more you understand about your potential client's situation, the better you can tailor your offer to their needs. This goes for products as well. When you're creating and going to market with a product, make sure you know exactly why and how this product solves a problem for your potential customer. Make sure you have market research conversations with those people and make sure that you know exactly the value that you are bringing to them. The second tip is to be honest about whether your product or service is a good fit. If it's not, say so. This builds trust and integrity, which are far more valuable in the long run than any single sale. I know we all want to get a yes when we're having those sales conversations, but that is immediate gratification, right? We need to be thinking about the long-term value of only working with people that our product or service truly fits. The third is provide value upfront. Share helpful tips, insights, or resources before asking for anything in return. This shows your expertise and genuine desire to help people. The fourth thing is tell stories and use metaphors to illustrate the benefits of what you're offering. If you're just starting out, you may not have lots of stories you can pull from, but don't shy away from sharing how the product or service you're offering has helped you. I'm constantly talking about how hiring a coach changed my life. So even before I had clients, that's something I could talk about authentically. The last thing is be passionate and enthusiastic. If you truly believe in what you're offering, let that shine through. Authentic excitement is contagious. Remember, when you approach selling from a place of service and genuine desire to help, it doesn't feel pushy to you or to your potential clients. It feels like a natural, authentic connection between a problem and a solution. There's one last thing I want to address. I want to zoom out and look at the bigger picture because here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. Your success in sales doesn't just impact you and your immediate clients. It creates a ripple effect that can change countless lives. When you overcome your fear of selling and start confidently sharing your products or services with the world, here's what happens. You help more people. This is the obvious one, right? The more effectively you sell, the more clients you reach, and the more lives you impact with your amazing solution. You grow your business. As you make more sales, your business grows. This might mean you can finally quit that corporate job, spend more time with your kids, or donate to causes you care about. The third thing is you become a role model. As a successful mom entrepreneur, you show other women, including your own children, what's possible. You challenge societal norms and pave the way for others to follow their dreams. The next thing is you contribute to the economy. Small businesses are the backbone of our economy. By growing your business, you're creating jobs and contributing to economic growth. All these expenses you have in your business, that money is going toward economic growth. And even if you're a party of one in your business, I'm sure you outsource at least some things that create other jobs. The last thing is you inspire innovation. Your success might inspire others to solve problems and create their own businesses, leading to more solutions and advancements that benefit society. And more often than not, the businesses that women are creating are benefiting women. And there's not enough out there, right? So the next time you feel that reluctance creeping in when it's time to make a sale, remember this. Your success has the power to create positive change far beyond what you can see. You're not just building a business, you're changing lives, shaping the future, and making the world a little bit better. Embrace that power, own it, and then go out there and sell with all your heart because the world needs what you have to offer. Okay, let's recap the gold we've uncovered today. First, we talked about rewriting our sales story, and we actually rewrote it. We redefined selling as the art of inspiring action and connecting people with solutions that will improve their lives. I highly encourage you to go to the show notes to the transcript of this episode at jenna.coach/number 14, because this is episode 14, which is crazy. And looking at the actual quote that I shared earlier about that new story that you can have about sales. Print it out, post it on your wall in your office, and practice that new story. Okay, the second thing, we recognize that selling isn't just okay, it's your ethical duty when you truly believe in the value you are providing. The third thing is we talked about selling authentically without feeling pushy, simply by focusing on understanding and serving your potential clients. And finally, you got a little big picture pep talk so you could see how your sales success creates a positive ripple effect, impacting lives that go far beyond your immediate circle. Letting emotions like fear, worry, embarrassment, or people-pleasing tendencies get in the way of you living up to your full potential can't happen anymore. Okay, there's too much potential for positive change. So in the most loving way possible, I want you to get over yourself and start inspiring people to action. Okay? Whether it's pitching a potential client, promoting your services on social media, or even just telling a friend about your business, I want you to step into that next sales conversation or sales content with confidence, authenticity, and a genuine desire to help. Okay? Keep tuning into this podcast, keep doing the work, and you will build the momentum you need to create the business and life you dream of. I'm excited about the next couple of episodes that will be coming out because I'm going to be talking about all the amazing skills that you already have as a mom that are completely transferable to business ownership. And since I'm quickly approaching maternity leave, I also want to address some of the ways you can set you and your business up for success if you're growing or starting a business while you're growing your family. Okay? So keep tuning in. Thank you for showing up for yourself today. Until next time, keep believing in your value, keep serving your clients with all of your heart, and keep taking those small but mighty steps towards the future life and business you're picturing. You've got this, I promise. And I'll see you next week. Before we wrap up today's session, I want to talk to the mom who's been nodding along, feeling seen and understood. Maybe you've been thinking about leaving corporate and building your own business, but you're not sure where to start, or if it's even possible with everything else on your plate. I'm here to tell you it's possible. I've helped moms go from a vague business idea to replacing their corporate income, and I've supported others in discovering their passion and signing their first client, all while balancing working in corporate and balancing family. My one-on-one coaching program is intimate support and helps you develop the strategy and accountability you need to move your business forward. As a mom myself, I understand the unique challenges we face in prioritizing our own needs. And that's exactly why I specialize in working with moms just like you. If you're ready to explore what's possible, there's a link in the show notes to apply for a free strategy session. This isn't a pushy sales call. It's a genuine conversation to see if we're a good fit for each other. And if you're not quite ready for one-on-one coaching, you can join our free Mom Entrepreneur Circle, a supportive community of other moms who are on this same journey. The link to join is in the show notes as well. Remember, you don't have to figure this out alone. Whether it's through the podcast, our free community, or working together one-on-one, I'm here to help you create a life and business you love. Now go take that next step. Whether it's big or small, just take it. I'll be here next week with more strategies and support to help you along the way. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of How to Quit Your Job, a mom's guide to creating a life and business you love. If you want to learn more about how I can help you stop making excuses and start making moves, head on over to www.jenna.coach. I'll see you next week.